In today's episode, I'm exploring a little-known 28-mile trail known as the Boronda Loop in Big Sur, California, in just 3 days and 2 nights. Over the course of this trip, I encounter many miles and quite a bit of adversity. Join me and experience the majesty of these forgotten old-growth forests and misty mountaintops. Hey everybody, Adam here. Today, I find myself back in the Ventana wilderness. This time we're going to be doing a 28-mile loop, so come join me and let's get started. The start of this trail is rather obscure. You just turn a little bit of a curve and all of a sudden there's a trail here. Looks promising so far. Everything's a lot greener this time. I'm really looking forward to this hike. I haven't done anything this long in quite a while. I'm starting to feel these switchbacks. We are slowly gaining elevation, and I'm really looking forward to setting up my tent on the ridgeline tonight. Oh boy, that is a big hill. We're almost up though. We're just gonna head up here where those hills and trees are in the back. Wow, look how high up we are. The view is amazing. I'll tell you what, I'm about to take a water break because those hills are exhausting. It's like an eagle or something over there. Whew. Let's get going. Looks like I'm at 3,200 feet. I already noticed that I forgot 2 things on this trip: bug spray and sunscreen, unfortunately. But when life gives you adversity to deal with, just gotta go. The hills, they just keep coming and coming. You think you're done, but there's always another one. Looks like about 2 more hills. Well, it looks like we made it to the top. Just have to find where this campsite is. Well, we arrived here to camp at Timbertop. I'm gonna set up right here, get some dinner going, and before you know it, it's gonna be time to chill. And voila, home for tonight. I know I usually do hammocks, but I wanted to try this because I didn't know that there's any trees up here that I could use. Apparently there are, right over there. So I found this lovely picnic area here. Has this nice table. I think I'll take advantage here and make dinner. It's nice and shaded. It's a little bit sunny over by my campsite, but it was the flattest area I could find. On the menu tonight we got cheddar broccoli pasta. I should have some yummy, yummy noodles soon. So I'm gonna let these noodles rehydrate for about 5 minutes and they should be ready to go. I'm gonna hang my bear bag line up. Let's try some of these tasty noodles. Oh, this is so good. Compliments to the chef. I'm gonna absorb the last of the warmth of the sun. I can tell you there's a huge difference between being in the sun and being in the shade over there where I had dinner. It's not too cold right now, but it will be once that sun sets. The tent's relatively easy to set up by Outdoor Vitals. I haven't set up a tent in over a year. It took a little bit to figure out. It's pretty intuitive. I have to say, good job, Outdoor Vitals. I did a portion of this loop in my last video, the Pine Ridge Trail. We will be taking the Pine Ridge Trail starting tomorrow. But the cool thing about that is I only did like maybe half of it. So I'm excited about this because I'll get the other backside of the Pine Ridge Trail and the Redwood Camp. It's way back there. Wanted to demonstrate how much room you have in this vestibule. You can put all of your stuff here, shoes, and plenty more room here. So you got some good ventilation here. You got some room for organization. Honestly, I really like this tent. It's nice. Outside looking in, it's just, you got so much room to store gear, and you batten this down and you're good to go. Just watching the last of the sunset, going for a little walk, and pretty soon be about time to go to bed. It's so beautiful up here. This is one of my favorite times of day. I love watching the sunset. I love hearing the crickets chirp. Then you can feel the air starting to get a little bit cooler. Absolutely perfect, and I'm just so thankful to be here. The sun's setting, it's getting darker, and I'm getting pretty tired. I got an early day tomorrow. I'll see you guys in the morning. Good morning, everybody. Slept good last night. Now I'm just gonna get up. I did think I have some guests. They came into camp a little late last night. We'll see where everybody's at. So last night, I thought I had the campsite to myself, but turns out a couple people came in late. I think they were speaking French, I'm not sure. All I know is they were a little bit loud for my taste. I'm so used to more noise in the forest. It was dead silent, so all I could hear was people talking. So hopefully my next campsite will be a little more secluded. I must admit, got a little bit turned around, but we finally found the trail, headed down it, and hopefully we'll find some water. I have about 12-ish miles to go today. The road that I'm on is called Cast Ridge Road. This road is probably used as a fire road, if any fires back here get out of hand. So this whole loop I'm doing is called the Boronda Loop. And it's interesting because it's almost as long, it's about 4 miles short actually, of a full Pimi loop. The Pimi loop that I'm talking about, referring to, is in the Pimigewasset Wilderness in New Hampshire. And it's been known as America's hardest day hike. Yes, some people hike that in a day. This trail is 28 miles total, and the Pimi loop is about 32. I am completely out of water now. Thankfully, it's also the morning, so it's not too hot out yet. There's just something about waking up to a magnificent view that there's no other feeling like it. It didn't rain last night, but all of my stuff was wet. Yeah, with that 55-degree water, it just condenses. You have that coastal fog that gets on everything. It makes everything really wet. Going up. Already this part of the road looks a little less used, a little more backcountry. We got water, finally. It's been a bit. Just boiling some water. Got a bunch of water from up there, and I'm gonna be making some breakfast. It tastes so good. Got my food, water, ready to get on the trail. That campsite behind me is really cool. You could definitely fit a lot of people there. Wow, look at this tree cave. Oh, it's so beautiful. Here's where I had my water break. Pretty sunny here. I'm trying to protect my face and neck from the sun because I forgot my sunscreen. There's a lot more bugs out, that's for sure. The bald area, that's where we camped last night. The views out here are majestic. Sun is shining, birds are singing. Just can't beat this view. I am loving these tree tunnels. I think it's time for a break. I'm gonna have a little bit of lunch. Bugs are relentless. I have to keep my face covered for all this. They are little monstrosities. Glad I brought some pants though. That certainly helped. Today's lunch is some rice. This is the cheddar broccoli rice that I had last trip. Really good. Tried and tested. Just have to wait for this water to boil. I have to eat on the trail because the bugs back there were so bad. But my cheddar broccoli's done. Now I'm just eating and walking to avoid these patches of bugs that come every now and then and swarm my face. Whoever did the trail maintenance on this, you guys did a great job. I mean, it's pretty overgrown, which, I mean, it's probably about time for it to get cut again, but there's certain areas like this. It'd be way hard to find the trail if it wasn't cut. We are just 6 miles from our new home tonight. Man, that killed me. That was pretty steep. That was like 1,000 feet in less than an hour. My goodness. Taking a break at this little campsite that I found, just a little further to go. Yeah, that last push, a lot of elevation, a lot of switchbacks, a lot of bugs. Still a lot of bugs, gotta rest where you can. Hopefully this will keep me going and I'll have some for camp and dinner tonight. And we're on the Pine Ridge Trail. So happy. Now, all we have to do is follow this trail all the way down into those patch of redwoods right there. I cannot wait to lay down. Total elevation gain so far has been about 6,500 feet. Oh man, I'm gonna feel it tomorrow. And we made it to our Redwood Camp. Look at these gorgeous, beautiful, beautiful redwood trees. My camp is going to be right here, and I have a fire ring. It's perfect. First thing that I want to do though is get my tent set up. Now that I got my tent set up, I'm gonna make some dinner. And then while my dinner's cooking, I'm gonna make some firewood and then build a fire. Got my dinner cooking. I'm gonna go and gather up some sticks and stuff and get this fire going. I got my camp saw here. This is gonna make it a lot easier to process wood and get it ready for the fire. On the menu tonight we got some Fiesta sides, Mexican rice. I got my little thing of tender in here. got a nice fire going. That's awesome. The saw really came in handy. And the nice thing about these fires is it keeps away a lot of the bugs. Now I could just sit back and enjoy the fire. Today was a tough day, but it reminded me of my trip in the Pemi Wilderness. I did the Pemi Loop, and I had to do a push day just like today. And on that second push, I ended up making it to camp, and it was just the most tired I've ever been. But I got there just in time to see the sunset. There was this lake, and it was just magnificent and shimmery on the light. Just the surface was so smooth, like glass, and you could just see the absolute vibrance and brilliancy of the sun setting on the lake. And then the crickets came out, so peaceful. I think I'm gonna go to bed early today. I'm gonna try to get some sleep and have a good day tomorrow. Morning, everyone. I'll hopefully not get sunburned today. Slept like a baby last night. I'm gonna pop some more ibuprofen. Here's the trip that we've done so far. We parked here, camped up here the other night, made our way up here, and now where that little triangle is where we are now. There's definitely one advantage to being in a tent. I am so thankful to have this vestibule to sit and stay dry and cook my breakfast. You can do the same thing for a hammock, but I just love being able to sit down and being wrapped up in my quilt. I'm just thankful to be able to stay dry, warm, and have a nice hot meal. And now, some oatmeal. It's delicious. I would have to say that the maple spice oatmeal is really good. One of my favorites. Getting my coffee going. That is so good. Coffee in the woods. There is nothing like it. I'm going to take my acetaminophen and I'm going to get on the trail. It's all packed up and just the rain fly that's left. My shoes have seen better days. I think it's time to get some new ones. And say goodbye to our lovely campsite. I think the trail continues this way. On the trail back, We're on the Pine Ridge Trail, and as you can see, it's just absolutely breathtaking in the rain. I'm getting soaking wet, but these views make it so worth it. And what I love about the Pine Ridge Trail is that it seems to like to stay on this single little ridge, and this feels amazing compared to what I did yesterday. It was just up and down, brutal, especially in the sun. Just feels awesome to have all of this to yourself. Feeling good. Still raining, but gonna head down this trail here and make it to the Sykes camp. I'm crossing this little narrow land bridge between these two mountains. We are passing by Sykes Camp. This is a popular destination for the hot springs that are close by here. It gets extremely populated on the weekends. Looks like I have to cross the river over here. I'm just gonna get my shoes wet because the rocks are pretty slippery. I'd rather not take a tumble. And we made it. We're back up on the ridge now, and it feels great. I cannot convey how awesome it smells out here. Right after a fresh rain, you smell all the trees, the flowers. It's just a really good earthy smell. It smells amazing. I'm getting pretty hungry. I'm going to stop and have lunch at Barlow Flat Camp.
Feeling rather fatigued, I finally made it to Barlow Flat Camp, where I took the time to rest and take in all of the beautiful scenery. I had a quick lunch of fiesta rice that was delicious, and soon it was time to head back on the trail to continue the journey through beautiful old-growth coastal redwood forests shrouded in mist and mystery. As I entered the realm of the forest, I couldn't help but feel the energy and the presence of these ancient trees and just wonder what and who they might have seen over the course of their long lifetimes. As one of the oldest trees in this region has been estimated to be over 1,100 years old. As I continued my way up the steep, misty mountain, I found myself soon departing the Ventana wilderness faster than I expected, slightly celebrating and dreading every step that I took that got closer towards society.
On one hand, I was elated to almost be finished with one of the most challenging hikes that I've had and resume my life outside of the forest. On the other, I was regretting leaving such a diverse and beautiful ecosystem that taught me a lot about myself and gave me time to reflect, working through adversity and having a good time despite it not always being perfect. And we have just this last little bit up to Timbertop where we started on the first night. And then it's all downhill. I wish I could butt sled or something. Maybe get a snowboard and slide all the way down. That'd be nice. We officially met up from where we started. We completed this whole loop. Now we just have to head back down this way. Making my way down slowly. It still hasn't cleared up yet. It's been foggy on the way down the whole time. Gives this whole place a completely different character. I keep meeting the nicest people on this trip. I just met a couple other backpackers just starting out the same loop I'm finishing, actually. It makes me feel good to know that they were also struggling with some of the steeper sections on the way up. I think I'm doing pretty good. It's good to see telephone poles again with electricity. It means we're one step closer to civilization. Well, I take that back. A 4-hour car drive. Sun's setting. I'm gonna make it to my car in time for the sunset. I am excited to get into my snacks that I brought myself. I can see my car from here. Finished the loop, now I got a long drive home. Well guys, we made it. Thanks for coming along on this trip. If you like what you've seen, please like, comment, and subscribe. It really helps me out a lot. Until next time, I'll see you on the next adventure.